Have you ever assumed that everyone agrees with you and then been totally shocked when they actually don't? Or you thought like, everyone probably does this, only to find out that most people actually don't? If yes, you have experienced something called the false consensus effect. It's a very common thinking error. So the false consensus effect happens when we overestimate how many people think, act or feel the same way that we do. In simple terms, we assume our opinions are normal, our habits are common and our beliefs are shared by most people. But often that's actually not true. It happens because our brain likes to feel normal. If we believe that most people agree with us, we feel safer and more comfortable and more confident in our choices. So our mind automatically tells us, everyone thinks like me, even when they actually don't. Let's start with a common example, that is the food preference. If you love pineapple on pizza, you might say, come on, everyone likes pineapple on pizza. But in reality, a lot of people hate it. This is a false consensus effect, assuming your taste is a majority preference. And maybe you check social media the second you wake up. You might think, everyone wakes up and checks Instagram the first thing in the morning. But actually, a lot of people don't. That assumption comes from the false consensus effect. And then a student from school or college who copies homework might say, everyone copies homework sometimes. They assume that because they do it, others must do it too. But most of the classmates actually might not do it. And another example, someone might say, this movie is obviously bad, nobody liked it. But millions of people may actually love the movie. Their personal opinion feels like it should be the common one. That's the false consensus effect. Then in politics, this effect is extremely common. People say things like, everyone agrees with my political view. But that's almost never true. We just spend time around people who think like us, so our brain assumes that most people must agree. And then someone who drives a little fast might say, everyone speeds a little, right? And everyone who drinks soda daily might say, everybody drinks soda, so it's just normal. But no, that's just their own behavior projected onto others. If someone throws trash on the ground and says, it's fine, everybody does it, they're using the false consensus effect to justify their behavior. They assume that their wrong action is normal just because they think that everybody else does it, even when they actually don't. So, this false consensus effect can cause problems. It makes us misunderstand other people, it makes us assume that we are always right, it can lead to arguments or surprises when others disagree, and it can make bad habits feel normal. So, understanding this effect helps us be more open-minded and less shocked when we find out that people think differently than us. So to sum it up, the false consensus effect is when we assume that most people think or act like we do, even when they actually don't. Examples include thinking everyone likes your favorite food, believing that everyone checks their phone like you, assuming that everybody cheats in life, drinks alcohol, or everybody is prone to overspeeding on roads. And also thinking that everybody shares your opinions and believing that your habits are normal and shared by everybody else. And when we realize that this bias exists, we become better listeners, better communicators, and more understanding of the fact that people are actually different than us. So let me ask the question, have you guys experienced this when talking to others or dealing with others? If you guys have experienced this, leave your opinions down in the comments. And also let me know what you guys think about the psychological effect down in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.